let's look at this part of my abdominal cavity. But before going into the details, let's have an orientation. This is you're looking at the right lobe of the liver. This is my gallbladder. This is where you can see the kidney. This is the suprarenal gland, and that's my first part of the duodenum. This is stomach. There you can see the pancreas, the head of the pancreas, the neck of the pancreas, and the body of the pancreas. And there, if you can see, the diaphragm. And now, what I'm trying to show you at the moment, you should stay focused in this area. And what are we looking at? We can see here the common bile duct, the most lateral structure. And then next to it you can see the hepatic artery proper. And then behind it, if you pay attention, this is what I'm pointing at. I'm pointing at my inferior vena cava. And just behind this is where I'm touching it. That's my portal vein. And all these three structures, what are these three structures? My hepatic artery proper, my common bile duct, and my portal vein. They are going towards the porta hepatis, or the hilum of the liver, and they are going inside after branching. Now, a very important thing which we need to understand. What happens during the surgery of the gallbladder or the surgeries within this area? Sometimes there is a rupture which occurs, a damage occurs to either hepatic artery or its branch like cystic artery. So now this becomes a chaos. How to control the hemostasis at this point? So there is a very simple method. So how I can achieve hemostasis if there is a bleeding occurring? I can push my finger just behind this portal vein, and you can see my finger is going all the way, and all these structures. What are these structures? We all know this is my common bile duct, this is my hepatic artery proper, and just behind them, if I retract it a little bit, there you can see the portal vein. So these structures are in front of my index finger, and I can press this hepatic artery proper with the help of my thumb. This maneuver is called Pringle's maneuver, and it is widely acceptable, and people use it for securing hemostasis. We can pass clamp, and then we can achieve the hemostasis. Now, this finger, it's going in a very specific area. What is that area? This opening has a name, and this is called epiploic foramina. Let me pass my probe into this epiploic foramina. And you can see now my probe is visible to you all. Now in front of this probe, these three structures, what were those? The laterally placed structure was my common bile duct. You can see behind it we have the portal vein, and then medially what do we have? Hepatic artery proper. So they are present, they are making the anterior wall of my epiploic foramina. Who is in the posterior? Who is making the posterior wall? Can you see this? If I retract it a bit, this is I'm touching at the inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava comes behind, and these three structures, they are coming in front. They are running in the fold of peritoneum. What fold of the peritoneum? Which is going from the liver towards my duodenum, and we call it hepatico-duodenal ligament, and then the remaining part of the same ligament which is going towards the stomach, we call it hepatico-gastric ligament. So now these are the three structures are placed anteriorly. We have seen the inferior vena cava has been placed posteriorly, and inferiorly you can see this is my first part of the duodenum, and superiorly you can see the liver. So these four structures are making anterior and posterior, superior and inferior boundaries of this clinically relevant epiploic foramina. And this epiploic foramina is connecting my lesser sac with the greater sac.